Hello my friends, thanks for stopping by. Today's video is going to be my best in beauty for 2019. All of these products are things that I reached for over and over and over again, and some of them have been with me for a very long time, for years. Some came midway, came in at the half-year point, and some came in the last couple of months that I just could not stop using. All right, so I'm just going to start in the way that I apply my makeup and we will go from there. All right, so the first thing that I noticed, I was using a lot, and I'm almost out of this, and I do think I will order another one. I did buy, let me show you because I just remembered and forgot all about this one. The Becca Skin Love Brightening and Blur Primer. I went through like crazy. I absolutely loved it, and I did go buy another tube. So, but one that I was reaching for all the time is by Dermalogica, and it is the Hydra Blur Primer. I actually have it on my face today, although you really can't see what a primer does for you. You yourself can when you're looking in the mirror. When I put this on, especially in the pore area where I have a problem, because I don't really have a problem with my makeup slipping and sliding off my face. Well, I normally don't. With the humidity, that's changed for me a little bit, but I don't really use a primer for that reason. I use it to really camouflage and soften my pores and some of the very, very, very fine lines. All right, so the Dermalogica Hydra Blur Primer has been my go-to all year long, and this tube really has lasted all year. You need very, very little of it, so I still probably have about 2 months worth left in here because I just use it in the areas that I need, and that's just my T-zone. So really, really enjoyed this product. Now for a drugstore version that is very good, and it's very important that you get this one because they have a couple. And it is by Revlon. It's the Photo Ready Pore Reducing Primer. This is really a nice drugstore primer, but you must get the pink one. If you get the others, I can't say how they're gonna work, but this one here is fabulous. So really, really, really enjoyed this. So for foundations, you know that I have been using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation for years. Absolutely my favorite by far. I just mentioned humidity. Humidity is changing the way my makeup is playing on my skin. Now, I have very dry skin naturally. It's just, I'm a prune. But with this humidity, I'm finding that some of my foundations are slipping and sliding around. So I thought, let me try blending because that's what we do. Sometimes we have to blend to get the perfect color and also the perfect formula. So I did a review on this one, probably midway through the year, and I really did like it, but I am a person who prefers my foundation to give me a glow. And this one does have a glow, but not enough. So what I did is I mixed the two of them together. This is the Giorgio Armani, and I wear number 6 in this. I will put everything below as far as colors so that we save a little bit of time here, and everything will be listed and linked below for you. So I go ahead and I mix this. I take 1 pump of the Chanel Ultra Latent. This is the Ultra Wear All Day Comfort Foundation. This is beautiful on its own. It is more of a long wear foundation, but it still has a slight glow to it. But when you mix it with this, you get a beautiful, beautiful finish. And that is what I am wearing on my skin today. It gives you great coverage. But these two have really played well together, and they have held up in the humidity, and they allow me to still get that beautiful glow that I need as an aging dry skin woman. All right. Another one that came to me, now this is in the drugstore, and I do have some other foundations from the drugstore that I'm going to mention. But this one here, I just bought on a whim. I wasn't looking for a foundation. I saw that it said new. I probably bought this about 4 months ago, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, I am wearing the medium olive in this one. I'm not wearing it right now, but I think I can actually, I probably would buy one a shade lighter and then mix them, because this gets a little warm. It oxidizes a little bit actually. But the finish is beautiful, and it's by NYX. Born to Glow. This is a naturally radiant foundation. Again, I'm wearing the color medium olive. This gives you great coverage. It wears well all day, and it gives you a beautiful glow. I did notice when I came down to Florida, it does separate a little bit in the T-zone area for me now, but I will do the same thing, perhaps mix it with something that's a little more matte, and then I'll be able to continue to wear this. But I would only do the mixing in the area that I noticed it was separating. But on its own, in normal weather conditions, this did not separate on me. It was wonderful. I absolutely loved it. The Born to Glow by NYX. If you're looking for something that is very similar to Giorgio Armani's Luminous Silk Foundation, you may want to check out the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. Now in this one, I wear Warm, and I don't know the color, oh here it is, W4, Warm. This is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. Again, you can sheer this out, and if you're somebody who wears it and you have humid weather and you love it, but you notice that in the humid climate, it's slipping and sliding, try mixing it with an all day. More pumps of the glow than the matte, the all long wear foundations, all right? But this is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful foundation. So there are some options of foundations that I have been loving throughout the year of 2019. And these are all products that I reach for, even though I've had them for a long time. I'm still playing with them in 2019. Okay, so now let's move on to what would I do next? I would probably do my concealer next. So my concealer, I actually have several that I wear, but there are two that I reach for the most, so those would be my favorite for 2019. And this one here is fairly new to me, and I did do a makeup tutorial using it, giving a mini review on it, but now that I've been wearing it for, I think I've been wearing it for at least 2.5 months, I have not reached for anything else in the high-end point, although there are some really good ones. But this Giorgio Armani, I think it's the Power Stretch, and I'm wearing number 5. It's what I have on today. It plays well with powder because I need to set underneath my eyes. It does not accentuate underneath my eyes the age. I mean, as I age, my eyes seem to be changing the most on my face, and not on the sides. It's underneath they're changing. They're losing a lot of volume. And because of that volume, I am seeing more in the lines of wrinkles, which is part of aging, but we don't want our makeup to accentuate it and make us look 10 years older than we already are. So I do like this a lot. Now, the key to this is less is more. We don't need to be, I don't think anyone over 30 really needs to be applying their concealer like the young girls on YouTube are doing, especially if you are over 40. You do not need to be doing this unless you love that look. For me, it's a hot mess, but this really, really is a nice concealer. Now for the drugstore, this was a surprise for me, and I really do like it, and it is the Milani Conceal and Perfect concealer. This here is really, really nice. Love this as well. So for eye primers, I have used many eye primers in the past, and I have a lot of veining on the lid of my eye. So my primer, I usually want it to camouflage that out. You can use your concealer for that, but I did try this Tarte Shape Tape Eye Primer Stick, and I really do like it. I like that it winds up on its own, and all I have to do is 1, 2, 3, and then I can just pat it on. It camouflages the veins enough for me, but what I like about it is it's a thinner formula. When you get into those thicker formulas and you have aging eyes, that thicker formula does nothing but accentuate the lines. So I'm always looking for thinner products that actually get the job done. And this has proven to be a very nice eye primer, okay? I have that on today too. But again, you can't see the primers. I want to back up a little bit because my first step before I do anything is I put 1 drop each of this Bausch & Lomb Lumify in my eyes. This was highly recommended from my eye doctors. They all use it. I was complaining about losing that vitality, the whiteness, the crispness of my eyeballs, the whites. And she recommended this, and it is amazing how well this works, and it works for up to 8 hours. So I have been using this for over a year now. I've had no complications with it. My eye doctor highly recommends it. She does not recommend Visine or any of those other eye drops that people use. I only use this, and if I have my contacts in, I use a wetting solution. That is it. But this, it gives you young eyes again. I swear, it does. Okay, so I love this. So next would be powder. And the one powder, now I have a ton of powders, and I like many of them. But the one powder that I reached for, and I did not like this powder when I first bought it. It was terrible smelling, but this powder outperforms any other powder that I have ever used. Well, I should say at this stage of my life. My age, the condition of my skin, the wrinkles I now have that I did not have 10 years ago. But this powder here is by Charlotte Tilbury, and it is the Magic powder, and I use medium, I use medium. I think it's number 2, yes. This powder, I have it underneath my eyes today, which I use with my Sonia Kashuk sponge, which I did not bring. Most favorite sponge of all, the Sonia Kashuk that you get at Target, the black and white one. Absolutely love that sponge. I left it down in the bathroom, but you all know I have used it for so long. I take that damp sponge and I just apply it underneath my eyes. I turn it over, I take the excess off, and voila, my eyes look fabulous. And I also have it on my whole face. It doesn't have any shimmer to it, but it has a beautiful glow. Because if it had shimmer to it, I wouldn't use it underneath my eyes. So highly recommend the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder. I do have another powder that I love, and it's from the drugstore. And this one's not open yet because I have one that's broken, but I wanted to bring the new one up. This is by Milani, and this is their Prep, Set, and Glow powder. Absolutely gorgeous. This has such a beautiful glow that sometimes I just use it on the high points of my cheeks. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and it plays well all day, and I just absolutely love this powder. So, and it is in a pressed form, so this is nice to carry with you. I wouldn't blot my nose with this because it does have a glow, but if you want to just refresh and have a little more glow, lift up your cheeks a little bit, because the more glow, the more satin glow you put on the cheeks, the higher they're gonna look, my friends. Yes, they will. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous powder. All right, so the next thing I would do would be to bronze. Now, I do have 3 bronzers. One I'm wearing today that I absolutely love, and this is from Glow Skin Beauty, and this is their bronze. I have it on right now through this area because I also have something else right here, but I do have it on. It is such a perfect color. It doesn't have a lot of orange. It doesn't have a lot of red. It's so beautiful. I will hit pan on this soon, and I will buy this one again. I absolutely love it. It actually replaced my Nars Tahitian, although I still do love that one, but I reach for this one over and over and over again. You've seen me use it and wear it in so many videos. I love it, love it. And always look below my videos, because I have a code section where companies have offered codes for all of us. I use them as well. And Frisco Beauty is one that has offered a code to us. So you can get, I think Frisco Beauty, it might be 20% off. I have 10%ers, 15, 20s. You just have to go and hit the link, and I will put the code right next to it. I think this one's Tammy20, but everything is always below for you. So really, really love, love, love this bronzer. And another bronzer that I use throughout the year, and it's actually, I've hit pan on and it is broken, is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is her Film Star Bronze and Glow. I absolutely love this. As you can tell, I have hit pan. The only thing I will say is, Charlotte, I know that you're watching because, darling, I know you watch me all the time. I would love to see her bronzers come out in singles because I do not use the highlight as much. I probably never use the highlight. I know many people would, but for those of us that don't, it would be really nice to have the option to just buy the bronzing powder. Maybe she does and I haven't noticed, I don't know. Another bronzer that I absolutely love, it is so subtle, especially if you're someone who has a hard time with placement of your bronzer, or that's the Glow Beauty would be good for that as well because it's a really subtle shade. But if you're somebody who really has a hard time, your brush and the color really does matter when it comes to bronzer. But the Milani bronzer is another one. No orange, no red in there. It's just a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. And this one here is the Silky Matte Sunlight #1. They do have other colors that do start to bring the orange in and the red tone. But if you're somebody who loves that, then you go for it. But this is a really nice bronzer. Again, no glitter or sparkle in it, okay? Beautiful. While we're talking about foundation, I also wanted to mention this little block of glass. Now, I purchased this off of Amazon, and this is perfect for blending your foundations or your concealers if you're somebody who uses cream products and you really want to create your own, or even lipstick color. It's really nice to have one of these. First of all, it's transparent, so it's not throwing any color into the formula that you are creating. And it's just a really nice way to blend where you can really see what you're doing. So I highly recommend, if you're somebody who blends, a nice little glass block, all right? And everything, again, will be listed and linked below for you. Another thing I wanted to mention before we move forward to the eyes, with menopause, you know that we will have a hot flash at any time, or we just break out in a sweat. How many times have you started your foundation routine and you put your powder on only to have sweat beads break it all up? Okay, that has happened to me several times. Just happened to me the other day. Lou goes, "What are you doing? You just put that on." I said, "Yeah, but I had a hot flash and now it's all running and it's speckled." And that is when something like this little fan from Version, it has 3 settings, 1, 2, and 3. I always use 3, and you just go ahead and cool yourself off without touching your face, and you will be able to save your makeup look. Or if you even feel it coming on, just stop and get your fan. I'm telling you. And this comes with its own little cord to recharge it. It holds a charge really well. I think I've charged this twice and I've had it for almost a year. Best thing I ever purchased. All right, so I wanted to get that in there. So let's talk about my eyes. Let's go to eyebrows because nothing has changed and I don't think anything will. I just love Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil and the tinted brow gel. Now this is the most important step to my brow grooming because I have very, very, very coarse, pure white eyebrows, and they are multiplying. They're like bunnies. They are multiplying. And I must have a tinted eye gel to camouflage them because they do not dye at all. We have tried. They stay white. The rest of my brows will dye, but not the whites. They are stubborn with a mind of their own, my friends. This will be your best friends. You would not know by looking at me, even if I come close, you would not know that half of my eyebrows are white, pure white. And they're that coarse, nasty, strong like bull white. Best thing I ever used. Now I have tried other formulas, but I do like this one because it has a beautiful glow to it. So it brings the brow alive. Because when we color them in, we tend to either darken them too much or flatten them out. Once you put this beautiful glow on, they're fabulous. So I do like the caramel because it has a beautiful glow. And because I'm somebody who has brown and blonde in my hair, my eyebrows, I like them to be the same. So the whites actually turn this color. Enough about the eyebrows. Okay, but it's really important, and I know that many struggle because gray and white hair has a mind of its own and does not always take to color. Okay, so I'm going to talk about my favorite eye pencil. I had like 3 backups of this, and thank God, because Nars has discontinued this eye pencil, which I do not know why. He did reformulate. I have to try them, but this Appia was the perfect bronzy brown for tight lining the eye. And he went ahead and discontinued it, but this is the only eye pencil that I absolutely love. And the other one is by Estee Lauder, the burgundy color. I forgot to bring that up. Those are the two pencils that I reached for all year long. Now, I did try other pencils, but they didn't work. So this one here, it never transferred. I loved it. Okay, so Appia no longer made though. All right, so we're gonna get into the eyes now. I really want this video not to go so long, but there's no way I can talk about 2019 in probably under 30 minutes. Okay, so on my eyes today, this palette actually sat in my drawer for a while. I bought it. I thought, oh yeah, that's nice, but I have so many shadows like that. Now, on a daily basis, when I'm not recording, it's pretty much the only palette that I reach for outside of another one that I most recently purchased, and I like to use them together or I use them separate. But today on my eyes, I have the Dior, and this is the Dior Backstage, and this is the Warm Natural. I love this. I'm wearing today this one, and this one, this one, and then the deeper brown. I absolutely love this palette so much that I was considering going and getting another one because I think they have like 4 or 5 different colors in these. I just really like them because they give a great everyday look. I mean, they're not super intense, but they are beautiful, and each color you can see when you put it on, and they have beautiful satin finishes in them. So really nice. The next one, I just did a tutorial in November, and it's been nonstop. I've been wearing either them together or I've been wearing it all on its own. This is fabulous for an everyday, very natural look. You can build it up. You're not going to get your va-va-va-voom. That's why I went and bought the night. This is the Day Palette from Fitglow Beauty, another item purchased from Frisco Beauty. But it has its blush in it, and then it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, shaped like a doggy paw, shadows, and they're beautiful. I will link the tutorial so you can see how these play and how they blend out. They are really nice, and they give you a fabulous everyday natural look. So I really am enjoying this so much that I went and bought the Night Palette. And the Night Palette looks the same, but they have a satin finish. There are some mattes in it. There are the 2 mattes, and then we go into a bronzy caramel color. This is satin finish. Let me find the finger that's not done. And then we have a beautiful mauvey brown almost, and then we have a deeper brown. Now these are satin. I'll go ahead and swipe them on my hand so you can see what they all look like, and hopefully they all show up. I mean, they are just really beautiful shadows. Of course, I love these tones, so they are perfect for me, but really nice. So I am enjoying the Fitglow Beauty palettes. Now, I also have 2 Drugstore palettes that I play with a lot, and one is by NYX, NYX, and it's the Ultimate. This one here actually has pretty much all the colors that I just showed you in the other 2, with a couple of more to play with. It's a very nice, warm palette, and this one here is the Warm Neutrals. So really nice. I've used this palette in tutorials. This is great to just stick in your travel bag, and you can create many looks with this in a very affordable way. And another one, I have every single palette they make, and it is Milani. Well, I shouldn't say that I have all of these and some of their smaller. I don't have the bigger ones because they started putting too much glitter in them for me. But the Milani Soft and Sultry is another beautiful, almost cool tone palette, and I also have the warmer tone, and then I have, I think it's called Jewels or something. These are beautiful shadows. You can create so many different looks with them. So Milani, beautiful. All right, for setting the foundation, I have 2 that I reach. I don't know if I'm reaching for this just to finish it up, but I do like it. But I will say that it almost gives my face not a sticky feel, but a tightness to it. And I'm noticing it more and more. I don't know if it's because I'm getting to the end of the bottle and perhaps the formula is changing a little bit, but it did serve a purpose, and it does have a nice illuminating finish to it. And it is by Pure, and it is the Lit Mist. It's a really nice setting spray, and like I said, it will add a little bit of glow. So if I'm using a powder that has a tendency to make me look a little bit too matte or, you know, parched, I will spray this because it does have a little bit of an illumination to it. One that I just keep going back to over and over and over again for years is Prep and Prime Fix Plus from MAC. This just takes all that powdery look away. And this is always my last step before mascara. And one that in the drugstore that I really like is from Wet n Wild, and it is their Coconut 3-in-1 Primer Water. This is a very nice setting spray. I also like, I think it's e.l.f. It's in the black square bottle. I really like that one as well. All right, so we'll talk about mascaras. Today I am wearing one that has been a favorite of mine for years. I almost forgot how much I love this mascara. Now I am wearing it today without any primer. I have done nothing but curl my lashes with my most favorite lash curler from Shiseido. This actually has more of an almond shape to it. The way it lays, it's a little bit flatter. I do have to just take my eye like this, place it on the lashes, but it fans the lashes so beautiful that people will think you are wearing fake lashes if you get the right mascara and the right look. But I love that. I've been using that for years. I am really, really, really dying. Where is my fan? Where is my fan? Okay, so the other mascaras, a primer that I bought on a whim, wasn't sure, thought it might be a little overrated, but I ended up really loving it. I will say when you get towards the end of the tube, it starts to get a little clumpy on you. But it is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Lash Primer. It is really nice. It has a slight nude color hue to it. The brush is really nice. It layers the lashes nicely. Most mascaras play really well over it. The only ones I found that I had to put a little extra on were the thinner formulas, and I don't really care for thin formula mascaras because they give you more of a spidery lash versus I like my lashes to have a little more bulk to them. I don't like when they look like spider lashes. Two drugstore ones that I have talked about for a long time and still remain, I buy tubes of this all the time, is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. This is the base in Millennial, a very light pink, nice brush, plays well with all mascaras. And then the Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. It rivals all of the high-end mascaras. These are my favorite for the drugstore. Another product that I have been using, I loved Revitalash. I was able to buy it at wholesale because I'm a licensed cosmetologist, but they discontinued carrying the Revitalash, so I was no longer able to get it for the $75 wholesale price. And I thought, well, there has to be something out there that'll work just as nice. So I went to another professional hair store that discounts for hairstylists, and I started buying Babe Lash. This works really, really well. I just put a little strip of it on the lashes. I also put it on my brows. I haven't noticed much activity with the brows, but when I use this consistently, I get really, really long eyelashes, really long. So much sometimes I have to trim them. But love the Babe Lash, so it's good. I forgot blushes, so let's talk about blushes real quickly. I love the Nars. These are those gel-like blushes. Absolutely love them. I bought this palette. I use it all the time. What I love about this blush is that it has a beautiful satin glow to it when you put it on your face. There's nothing that makes you look parched. Even if you're somebody who has oily skin and you like to have a matte look, you should add a little glow with your gloss or a little glow on your cheeks so that you don't age yourself. And I'm talking about if you're already older, because being too dry looking is aging to a mature woman. So even if you're somebody that does like that look, try to add a little glow with a highlighter or something, but no chunks of glitter, all right? Unless you love that. These are beautiful, no glitter. They just have a beautiful, beautiful satin finish to them. Another one that I love so much, it's what I'm wearing today on my cheeks, is by Hourglass. This is the Brilliant Nude Ambient Strobe Lighting Blush. This is gorgeous. The only thing I will say is when you are buying this, open the package up, because you don't want one, even though Hourglass says you swirl them, the colors all come alive. I didn't find that to be true. If it has too much of the cream color in it and less of the nude blushy tone, you get more of a highlighting white effect. You do not get a beautiful blush shade. So open them up and make sure that it has more of the nude color in it. But this is spectacular. No glitter, just a beautiful glow to your cheeks. Another one that I absolutely love is by Buxom, and this is my favorite of all of them, the Wanderlust Primer Infused Blush. This is Seychelles. It is a gorgeous neutral shade that just plays well on the cheeks. I've worn this in so many videos. Beautiful, beautiful blush. So let's go on over to the drugstore. Two favorites that I reach for all the time are the Milani. Now, I know many people really love the Milani Baked Blush, the little dome one. I don't care for those, but I love these, and I have every single one of them. And these are the Color Harmony by Milani, and this one here is the number 3 Coral. I reach for this one a lot, because it goes along usually with a lot of my makeup looks, but I also have it in the pinks. I think I got it in the plum ear tone. I love these. They have a beautiful satin finish, and there is a lot of product in here. And if you want, you don't even have to blend them all. You can just pick the color that you might like for the day, and they work just as well. From Sally's, and I have been wearing this for years, and I love it. You don't even have to put bronzer on. This is like a one-step blush bronze. And this is from Palladio, and this is their Herbal Mosaic Powder, and this is the Goddess of Sun. I'm telling you, this will give you a beautiful glow on your cheeks, and it is a really nice blend of colors. I just swirl it through the whole thing, and I have a big fan brush, and I just put it on, and it's gorgeous. It really is. So I love this, and I do have a couple of other colors in this, but I have to say this Goddess of Sun is the best of them. All right, so we are going to move right along now. Lips. 2 lip liners that I have really, well, 3 lip liners that I have really been enjoying, and the one I have on right now is from the Christian Audette Lisa D One Summer of Nudes collection, and this is the Sandals. What's it called? What, Nude Sandals? Yeah, Nude Sandals. I have this liner on. This is a perfect liner in color, of course, but I am going to say this. Christian Audette's formula is by far one of the best for staying power. This does not budge. It stays on. When I put it on with a gloss, I actually put it on and then I lightly feather the color in a little so that I don't look like I have this really harsh line, because as it wears off, the gloss, the lip liner's still there, but that's nice too, because you can just put your gloss back on. You don't need to worry about your lip liner. Beautiful, plays well with many, many, many shades, and I have it on today with a favorite lip gloss, so we'll talk about that in a moment. I still love MAC Spice because it just has the right oomph for me. Sometimes I need a lot of definition. Well, not so much definition, but I need a little bit of pick-me-up in my lips. I can't always wear nude, especially aging. I'm having a hard time wearing the nudes. I need a little color on my lips. But the MAC Spice always plays well. Another one that I like that I wear with a specific lip gloss is from Lancome, and this is the Ideal. You'll notice that they're all very similar. One has a little bit more mauve to it, the Ideal, which is really out of my comfort zone. I don't really like anything that carries a little blue to it, but it plays well with a certain lip gloss. So I'm going to talk about the Hourglass lip glosses. These are very nice. I have 2 shades of them. I do prefer those that have the shimmer to them. Just beautiful glosses. This one here is a pinkier tone. And I will put all the colors below because if I start talking about the colors, good Lord, we'll be here forever. And then this one here is definitely more of the peach tone. These are beautiful, beautiful glosses. You can wear them alone or put them in the center of a lipstick for that pop of color. Two lipsticks that I have been wearing a ton are both by Charlotte Tilbury, and one is Angel Alessandra. My tube is just about a mess here, but it's just a really nice pinky nude. Love it, but the tube did not hold up well, I will say that, so I do need to replace that. And the other one is the Bitch Perfect. This plays really well with a ton of nude liners. It's just a really nice neutral peachy nude. Love it, love it, love it. I'm not a fan of all of Charlotte Tilbury's lipsticks. Her mattes, I don't like them at all. They oxidize on me. But I do love the finish of Bitch Perfect and the Angel Alessandra and In Love with Olivia. Love that one too. So let's talk about my most favorite lip gloss. These have blown everything else away. They truly have. And I'm wearing one right now, and I've been wearing them in a lot of my Instagram pictures. I've been wearing them in a lot of videos, and so many of you are like, what is on your lips? This is a magical formula, okay? And these are from Fitglow Beauty. I love them so much that I now have 5 of them. I did buy this set as Christmas. One of the colors is not a color that I can use, but I can use the other. I'm not sure that any of these are left on Frisco Beauty, but they did have a couple of sets to try, and they are full size. But I will say that these 3 here I wear all the time. Now the one that I wore in most of my videos that sold out after I talked about it, because it's beautiful. And they feel so good on the lips, and they're cruelty free, and they actually have benefits to the lips, the skin. So they're also feeding into our skincare, and they look beautiful. But this one here is Koi. I'll do it right here. That is Koi, and you can sheer these out or wear them with more color. The one I have on my lips right now, I'm wearing with the Nude Sandals, Christian Audette, and I have it on with this one, Buff. Now this is definitely more of a mauve tone, but it is so beautiful. Look at that. I love it, and that is, I'll put a little more on my lip here so you can see. It's just gorgeous. And they feel like La Mer on your lips. They do. And then this one here is really nice. This is Bliss. Now this one has a satin finish to it, and it is definitely a peachier tone, but this is great as a topper over like Bitch Perfect and the In Love with Olivia. I don't know if you can really see that because it is light. Just gorgeous. I absolutely love them. And remember, they have some sets, so check those out. And again, I do have a code for those. All right, nail polishes. Even though I don't have my nails done today, I am going to do a manicure this afternoon. And I have fallen in love with these. I've been talking about them for just about a year now, and I absolutely love them. You know, I always wore Zoya. Well, these are so much better in my opinion. And they are from London Town. Now this is the top and the base coat, which is very important for lasting power. Love it. And I probably have about 15 different colors now, but these are the lacquer from London Town. These actually really last, and they are free of all 9 toxic chemicals. Safe for pregnant women as well. So, love, love, love the Cinema Secret brush cleaner. I take it, pour it into a little, like a cup or something, and then I dip the brush in, and I have a rag, and I wipe, and voila, they are perfectly clean, and they dry like that. If you're somebody who takes a paper towel, pours your stuff on, wipes your brush, this is not going to work for you because it dries quickly. Love, love, love so much that I have the giant size of it. Love it. It doesn't really smell that great, but I do love it. We are going to finish up with brushes. I will start with 2 powder brushes that I have used in many, many videos. And I have loved, loved, loved these brushes. I will continue to use them, although I do have a powder brush that is really kind of my favorite. But the La Mer powder brush is beautiful. It applies powder beautifully. There's nothing more to say. It's just a really gorgeous powder brush. The Sephora powder brush is fabulous. This is the 91 Pro. I hope they still make this. They are so identical even in size. They just have different handles on them, okay? So still loving those. I wanted to mention them because I know a lot of people say, well, what about the Sephora brush when I tell you about my favorite here? Okay, an oldie but a goodie and still one of my favorites is the Tom Ford. This is the, what number is this? This is the number 13. I love, love, love this for crease application. Really, I can get my whole eye look done with this brush. I absolutely love the brush. He did change them and I was worried that I would not like it, but I love it. Another brush that I have talked about in the past that is really perfect if you're somebody who has a hard time with placement or brushes just prove to be too big for you and you can't get the look you're looking for, is from Artis. This is the oval. I believe this is the number 1. I will link it below. If you take this and you tap it into your powder and you just want to place powder right here, that's exactly what this brush is going to do for you. You can do that. You can even run it through your crease and you'll get a precise line here. Really, really nice for the untrained hand. I truly believe that it is. Another brush that I find I reach for, and this is just for something silly, when I'm done, the light's changing on me. Yes, it is. When I am done, I like to sweep underneath my eye, and this brush here is just shaped perfectly, and it just goes and it sweeps everything out from underneath my eyes. And this is the final step I do underneath with my eyes, and this is the F37 from Sigma. It is just perfectly shaped for underneath the eye. Almost have like a little pointed area so you can really get up underneath there and just sweep everything away. I really like it for that, but you don't need a brush just for that. It comes from Target. I have really taken to applying my blush with a fan brush with age because it just gives it a really nice soft look. And this is from Sonia Kashuk. It's the fan highlighting brush. And I just take my blush, apply it, and sweep it on. And I am just placing it exactly where I need it. And it's just buffing out beautifully. So I love that. A brush that I have had for a very long time. And I find it just is perfect for blending. You hold it down at the end. And then you just sweep it along. And it really just blends out any harsh line. Again, you don't need this. You can do it with anyone. But I just really love this brush. And it's by Videlium Tools 787. I will link it. And another one I was watching, Scott Barnes. And he uses this for concealer. And he said J-Lo calls it the paw, like a cat's paw. It really is a nice brush for concealer or foundation. And it's affordable. A brush that I bought midway, maybe three-quarters of way through the year, and I use it for foundation. It's beautiful. Is this little flat Shiseido brush. It is really, really nice. It just blends out beautifully. If you're someone that doesn't like a brush handle, and this just feels better in your hand, it rivals the oval brush from Artis. It really is a beautiful, beautiful brush. So now I'm going to talk about the BK Beauty brushes. These came late in the year, and I do have some favorites of them. And one of them just came out most recently, and I'll talk about that one first. And this is a foundation brush, and this is the 105. I love to pounce with this one. I pounce the foundation on, and then I'll move my hand down and I lightly buff. This gives a beautiful, beautiful finish. The fibers of this brush are really, really nice. They're soft. It's very, very dense, but not so dense that you can't move it around, because that's important. Has a very nice handle to it. They're beautiful to look at, and they are affordable, and I do have a code for the BK Beauty brushes. And what is most important to me with any brush, I don't care how much the brush costs. It could be $1, it could be $100. If it sheds, I am not going to use it, because first of all, with age, our eyesight goes. We can't see that we might have a piece of brush hair on our face, or sometimes they break off in such little pieces and you look like you have little whiskers all over your face. And we surely don't need that, because with menopause, whiskers show up on their own. So this brush is just beautiful. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one. Now this is very much like the cat paw that I just showed you. It is shaped like a cat's paw. And again, it's another foundation brush, so it all depends on what you like. If you like a brush that you can really get into the corners, you may like this brush better. But this one, you tap and you can sweep down with this one, and it does blend. I will say of the two, I prefer this one. I don't know why. This one here, again, great at concealer. If you're somebody who wears a lot of concealer and you really want it to be blended, this would be a beautiful option. And this one here is did I tell you this? The number on that one is 101. Okay, so now this one here is 102, and this is really a great brush for your bronzer. One, it's a little bit flatter. I don't really like to use a big fat brush for my bronzer because you tend to get that bronzer down here and then you lose the shape of your face. And with age, we're already losing our contours naturally with age. We don't need to help it along with using the wrong brush, truly. So this is perfect because you can just place it, sweep it up and down, apply your bronzer, then turn it sideways. And you see, even when it's sideways, it's not touching any of this. So we're just going to stay here and then we blend it down. And how gorgeous is that? That's exactly the way I applied my bronzer today using this brush. So this is one of my favorites. And the next brush is 102, the powder brush. This is just fabulous. It's super soft, but not so soft that it won't pick up product. I can dip my brush in, swirl it around, work the powder into the fibers, and then just place the powder like so on my face, and then I would just go with a nice buffing, and my powder is flawless. It is really a beautiful, beautiful powder brush, 102. This is my most favorite eye brush in the collection. It is a very tiny little brush, and these brushes, they come in handy when we are aging women because, first of all, it's a very firm brush. It's small. So if you need to really get in and do some detail work and you know your eyesight is bad and you really can't see, your hands shaking, this brush is so small it really allows you to place it wherever you want. You can do a faded out eye line if you want, but I love it for underneath the eye. It's just one sweep, front and back, and I'm done. So this is the 204. My most favorite eye brush, and that is it for my 2019. I did combine high-end with my drugstore. If you're looking for drugstore brushes, Sonia Kashuk has great brushes. Some of the e.l.f. brushes are excellent, and of course we have Real Techniques that are fabulous brushes, and I own brushes from all of those lines. All right, my friends, so let me know down in the comments what have been some of your favorites for 2019 in the beauty, because I'm going to come at you with the skincare next. All right, my friends? If you haven't already subscribed, I would love to have you as an Ageless Beauty. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And there's a bell right next to it that notifies you of all the videos that I am putting out. Until the next time, my friends, go out in the world and be happy, healthy, beautiful, and most of all, my friends, lovable. I love you all. Bisous.